From Ask Reddit. Active US military peeps, how do you now feel about German World War II soldiers just following orders? Let's go. Not active anymore. But it's absolutely a part of the UCMJ that just following orders is not a defense for committing a war crime. Also, every enlisted swore an oath to uphold and protect the Constitution above all else, which includes disobeying illegal orders. Now, how does that play out in action? Just ask the guys involved in any of the guys who got away with committing the My Lai massacre. Or the pilots in the video Chelsea Manning leaked who gunned down a group of civilians in Iraq. It's all lip service. So it would be down to the officers and commanders making the call to resist. You need to look up the Milgram experiments. Basically right after World War II, a Jewish scientist was attempting to prove that people of German ancestry were less empathetic than people who weren't of German ancestry. They put together a mock scenario where a random person, who didn't know what was going on, would be essentially told to torture someone to death, and the only enforcement was a guy in a white coat telling them to do it. In the end most of the people did it. Now it was faked. They were pretend shocking somebody, but the person wasn't really being shocked. However, the person the test was being done on had no idea. In the end, there was no difference between the groups. Any one of us can do horrible things simply because an authority figure is telling us to do it. In other words, our agreeableness and our desire to conform to authority figures is enough. Everyone tries to cite the consequences for soldiers in Germany who defected or refused to go along with it, but most of them didn't even need that. Once you add in the consequences, I imagine adherence would even be higher. What you're really asking is, if DJT says invade Canada, what will you do? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment below and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions.